86. Samyutta Nikaya 12, Sutta 44. The World Sutta. The Blessed One was staying in Savatthi. The Blessed One said, Bhikkhus, I will teach you about the arising and cessation of the world. Listen carefully and pay close attention. I will speak now. The Bhikkhus replied, Yes, Blessed One. The Blessed One then said, Bhikkhus, what is the arising of the world? Dependent on the I and forms, I consciousness arises. The meeting of the three is contact. With contact as condition, feeling arises. With feeling as condition, craving arises. With craving as condition, clinging arises. With clinging as condition, becoming arises. With becoming as condition, birth arises. With birth as condition, aging and death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair come to be. Bhikkhus, this is the arising of the world. Dependent on the ear and sounds. Dependent on the nose and odors. Dependent on the tongue and taste. Dependent on the body and tactile objects. Dependent on the mind and mental phenomena, mind consciousness arises. The meeting of the three is contact. With contact as condition, feeling arises. With birth as condition, aging and death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair come to be. Bhikkhus, this is the arising of the world. Bhikkhus, what is the cessation of the world? Dependent on the I and forms, I consciousness arises. The meeting of the three is contact. With contact as condition, feeling arises. With feeling as condition, craving arises. But with the remainderless fading away and cessation of that same craving comes cessation of clinging. With the cessation of clinging, cessation of becoming. Thus this whole mass of suffering ceases. Bhikkhus, this is the cessation of the world. Dependent on the ear and sounds. Dependent on the nose and odors. Dependent on the tongue and tastes. Dependent on the body and tactile objects. Dependent on the mind and mental phenomena, mind consciousness arises. The meeting of the three is contact. With contact as condition, feeling arises. With feeling as condition, craving arises. But with the remainderless fading away and cessation of that same craving comes cessation of clinging. With the cessation of clinging, cessation of becoming. Thus this whole mass of suffering ceases. Bhikkhus, this is the cessation of the world. This is the fourth sutta. This sutta mainly discusses the process of the arising and cessation of the world, the 6 sense bases, 6 sense objects, 6 consciousnesses, and other worldly phenomena, demonstrating the forward and reverse directions of the 12 links of dependent origination. The sutta explains this process through the 6 sense doors, revealing the true nature of the world. Let me provide a deeper analysis of this profound sutta. Background and introduction analysis. When the Blessed One was teaching in Savatthi, he specifically emphasized, listen carefully and pay close attention, indicating that the content to follow is extremely important and profound. This is a complete revelation of the Buddha's understanding of the essence of life and the truth of the world. 2. The mystery of the world's arising. 1. The process of sensory cognition. Taking the eye as an example, eye faculty, sense organ, form, external object, eye consciousness, cognition. This process reveals the basic mechanism of how we perceive the world. The same process applies to the other 5 sense faculties: ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. 2. The chain of suffering. Contact, feeling, craving, clinging, becoming, birth, aging, death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair. This demonstrates an important truth. Our suffering is not accidental, but has its inevitable causal chain. 3. Deep insights. 1. The nature of cognition. What we call the world is actually constructed through cognition via the 6 sense doors. This reminds us, the world we see may not be the real world. 2. The root of suffering. From contact to final suffering, the key turning point is craving. Craving here refers to attachment and desire, which is the root of suffering. This reveals why for the same event, some people suffer while others remain detached. 4. The path to liberation. 1. The key to ending suffering. The Sutta points out, the remainderless fading away and cessation of craving is the key. This is not suppression or denial, but seeing the essence through wisdom. 2. Practical guidance. Observe the activities at the 6 sense doors. Be aware of the arising of craving. Dissolve attachment with wisdom. Modern implications. 1. Psychological aspect. Helps us understand the mechanism of emotion and suffering formation. Provides methods for dealing with negative emotions. 2. Life wisdom. Teaches us how to interact with the sensory world. Guides us on how to maintain inner balance. 6. Deep reflections. 1. The nature of existence. Are we merely prisoners of sensory perception? How can we transcend the limitations of the senses? 2. The meaning of life. After recognizing these truths, how should we live? How can we be in the world but not bound by it? 7. Practical suggestions. 1. Daily observation. Pay attention to reactions when the 6 senses contact external objects. Observe the process of the arising of craving and clinging. 2. Direction for practice. Cultivate the ability of awareness. Develop insightful wisdom. Conclusion. This sutta is not just a description of worldly phenomena, but a navigation map for life. It tells us that suffering is not fate, but can be transcended through wisdom. By understanding and practicing these teachings, we can find a path to serenity and ease in this complex world. This is not only a diagnosis of suffering, but also a guide to liberation. In this world full of uncertainties, these ancient wisdoms still shine with eternal light, guiding us towards true freedom and peace. Let us use this wisdom as a beacon, experience it carefully in our lives, practice it gradually, and finally reach a state beyond suffering. This is not an unattainable ideal, but a goal that everyone can achieve step by step through effort.